Alright guys, this question comes up so much, I can't avoid it anymore. It's time to answer it right now. Welcome everyone, today we're going to be answering your questions. Your question could be featured in today's video. I sent out a tweet just a few days ago saying, use hashtag MoreAliA Q&A, and I could be answering your question in a video. I feel like I haven't done one of these in ages. There's always questions that come up a lot, some questions that don't come up quite as much you may not know anything about, but all of that is going to be answered, or as much as possible, it's going to be answered right here, right now, my friends. So hopefully you're really excited for it. At the time of making this video, Claire and I will be in LA, getting all dressed up, going to a very fancy event that we'll be vlogging for you guys, obviously catching Pokemon as well, and having a great time. So guys, if you're super excited for this Q&A, smash that thumbs up button. Let's see how many we can get, and without further ado, let's start the questions. Question number 1 comes in from Thomas16. He says, what's your favorite thing from behind you on your shelf? So there's actually another shelf there if you don't see very often, so come take a look. Let's see what we think is our favorite. So that's the shelf you will see a lot of the time in this video, but this shelf you don't see anywhere near as much. We've got stuff ranging from a onesie Pikachu Snorlax to Destiny stuff to way too many custom controls that both Claire and I have collected, to a butt ton of games, world records, and then a load of Pokemon stuff, as I'm sure you guys know. I think my favorite thing has to be the miniature setup that LG sent me. You guys may remember in one of my Pokemon videos about 6 months ago. It is crazy. Fortunately, it's kind of fallen apart a little bit, but I still love it. It's definitely the best thing on this show. Nor asks, will you ever get a golden retriever as a companion for Eevee? A great question. One, because we do want to get Eevee a companion. Eevee is always like a little bit more Claire's choice in terms of dog breed, and we want to get another dog, potentially this year, that's more my choice of dog breed. And funnily enough, my number 1 choice would probably be a golden retriever, except I love them, but they're very big. They're a lot more work, need a lot more exercise than a smaller breed like Eevee, who's a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. And we really want to try and get one that fits that sort of lifestyle a little bit more, being able to pick her up, take her around everywhere. So really, we're undecided. So if you guys watch this right now, you're like, I know what? I've got a great idea for a breed that Claire and Ali can get this year to make a companion for Eevee. If you know the name of the breed, drop me a tweet, leave a comment down below, and I'll keep you guys updated because we are dog hunting again this year. The MoreAliA fan club asks, would you ever consider writing and releasing a book? Well, funnily enough, actually I announced yesterday that I will be releasing my very own comic book, which is absolutely amazing. It's called MoreAliA's Adventures Game On. I talked about it in yesterday's Pokemon video. I am so excited for it. I never thought I would do this, and I explained it a little bit more in yesterday's video, but it's such a fun, action-packed book where I'm going to be starring in it, going on my own real-life video game adventure. It's going to include Eevee, it's going to include Claire, and pre-order is available right now. I'll leave links down below in the description. Oh man, I'm so excited for it. Hayden asks, what breed are your cats? It's a good question. I actually don't really know where they are right now, so let's go and try and find them. I found one of them. Look at him chilling on the sofa. This guy right here is Ollie. He is actually a ragdoll. He's actually the oldest of the 2 cats. He's a little bit more grumpy, doesn't quite play with Eevee as much, but such a big cat. Look at him, so much fur. They're both amazing. He is so cute. Now let's see if we can find Darcy, because he likes to play outside. He should really be an indoor cat, so he may be out and about, but maybe he's upstairs in the bed as well. Hi, Ollie. So guys, Darcy's either outside doing his own thing, or he's on the bed, because it's his favorite sleeping spot. Look, he's here. Guys, he's here. Look at him. How are you doing, Darcy? Hey. So this is Darcy. He's a ragdoll. I don't like to admit this, but Darcy and me, we're besties. I love Oliver, but Darcy and me have formed a very special bond. He always lays on my desk. If you ever see my Instagram stories, or ever see like any of my tweets about not being able to get work done because he's standing on my keyboard, it's this one, isn't it? It's you. He is gorgeous. He's a little bit younger than Oliver, about a year younger. Oliver's, I think, coming up to 3. Darcy's coming up to 2, but they're both huge cats. Look at them. Massive, but we love them both. I think you're meant to be saying your name Daniel Sacharez. Anyway, he asked, what was your age when you graduated high school? I went to school in England, so we don't really have high school as such. We've got secondary school, sixth form, college, and university. I did secondary school, I did all my GCSEs, and then did A-levels at college. I did maths, further maths, physics, and design. I was meant to go on to university to do maths and computer science. Never happened. Ended up doing YouTube full-time about 4 or 5 years ago, I think it was, and that's what I've been doing since. So school and all those exams are in the past now, which I'm very grateful for. Billy asks, if you could only have one of your 2 channels, which one would you keep? Whew. That is a big question, especially because I wasn't actually too sure which channel to upload this video on. And technically, it's ended up on my second channel. So does that mean anything? No, honestly, though, I love both my channels. My MoreAli-A channel came first, obviously, made it years and years ago. And when I felt like, you know, I'd done so much with Call of Duty and I wanted another place to branch out and play different games, I made MoreAli-A. Only a few years ago, not too long ago at all, I started off a Minecraft series. Obviously, I've done loads of Pokemon on here as well. Just because I felt like my COD audience wouldn't necessarily be that into it. And honestly, back then, it was great. Two channels were great. And I still like two channels to have two different audiences. But maintaining both of them ain't easy. And sometimes I do wish I only had one channel. Can't even lie to you guys. But I'm never going to say which one's my favorite because I love them both. And sometimes I even switch between liking one more than the other. But I love both of you guys, whether or not you subscribe to one or both of you, just as much. Don't worry. Actually, you know what? I'll throw that question back at you. Which channel do you prefer? Do you prefer MoreAli-A or do you prefer MoreAli-A? There you go. You guys can answer that one yourselves. Elisum, apologies if I said your name wrong, asks, how long have you and your girlfriend been together? My girlfriend is Claire. We've been together almost 2 years now. Come June, it will roll over to the 2-year mark. Feels like we've been together a lot longer than that, and people tend to think we've been together a lot longer. Sometimes they think we're married as well. Not quite the case, but yeah, we've been together almost 2 years. If you, Claire and I would think you're doing like a couples Q&A at some point as well, so if you'd like the idea of that, then that could be coming soon as well. Let us know. Megan asks, and this is a bit embarrassing. So 9 months ago, I did an 8 million subscriber Q&A. And she asked me then, when am I going to make my day in the life of a YouTuber's video, or how I make my videos vlog? I said I'd do this like a year ago, and I still haven't done it. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. It will happen one day. A lot of people like to know the behind the scenes of what it's like to be a YouTuber. Still, when I tell people how much work and time goes into it, they don't quite believe me. But there is. Trust me, it takes a lot of time, a lot of work. But Megan, I apologize. To everyone else, I apologize. I will do that video one day, okay? Gabriel asks, what has been the most embarrassing moment that you have done in front of Claire? Honestly, so I kind of have this memory, which is a great memory, that that means that I kind of erase anything that I don't really like, or kind of forget things that have happened that haven't been great. And if someone says, remember school, I remember all the good things. If someone says, like, remember, I don't know, so, like, your best holiday, obviously I only remember the best things, but, like, I don't really remember the bad things. So I can't really answer this. I'm going to see if Claire's got an answer.
Oh my god, it's hard.
This is a good sign.
Really that embarrassing. It's usually me embarrassing myself in front of you.
That's kind of true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything embarrassing I've done. I can think of something you weren't there. No, it wasn't. It was me. It was me. So Claire's mum had come down from.
I was thinking this.
Yeah.
There, so
Yeah, that's what I can think of. But if you, okay, if Claire thinks of anything while we're recording this video, I'll let you know. But Claire's mum came down because she does a little bit of work in London sometimes, and it was time for Claire's mum to leave to go to a train station and go back home again. I was like, you know what? I'll take you in my R8. Like, it's my new car. So we pull out of the flat where we were living like a year ago or so, and all I have to do is literally drive 30 seconds down a straight road, and then the train station was there. And it was quite wet, my feet were a little bit slippy, and I go and pop it into second gear, start to speed up, about to pop it into third gear, you know, rev it up a little bit, make sure Claire's mum's, you know, feeding out the car, having a good time, and my foot slips off like the accelerator or the clutch, and then the whole gearbox just starts making this horrible like grrr noise. It's not in gear, the car's slowing down, I'm panicking, like my foot's slipping everywhere. Claire's mum just sat there like, this is great. He doesn't know how to drive. My daughter cannot date this boy. No, it was fine. I ended up somehow putting the car back into gear, continuing on as if nothing happened. But I was really embarrassed, and poor Claire's mum never really brings it up, but it did happen, and hopefully it never happen again, because that was very, very embarrassing. Bardi asks, if you have to be completely honest, what do you enjoy the most, Pokemon Go or COD? Well, this is an easy answer. Obviously, Poke Duty is my favorite game ever, obviously. Madeline asks, how do you respond to haters? The key to this is you don't respond to the haters. What I used to do and what I quite enjoyed doing, but it doesn't really work anymore, was when the comment section was quite good on YouTube, as in like the top comments were generally comments that were like nice, or people were actually interested in them. If someone did say something horrible, I'd reply to it just being quite jokey and like, you know, just laughing it off, and actually being quite nice to them in return. And then everyone would get on my side and be like, ha, that guy's an idiot. Like, why is he trying to hate? Why is he being so negative? And that was always a good way just to deter that kind of stuff, but YouTube comments don't really work like that anymore. It's generally just sort of spammed links and stupid comments that rise up to the top, but generally, ignoring it is the best thing to do, because if it gets in your head, it's never good. Alright, so this question, I don't know why it comes up all the time. For me, I don't get it, but hey, it's something you guys always seem to ask. So this question has been asked, as you can see, quite a lot of times, not only on Twitter, in the comments, even on Instagram sometimes. And it is Ali-A. Why do you wear makeup? Not even do you wear makeup, it's like, why do you wear makeup? It's like, let me show you my setup for a second, okay? Because there's a little bit of magic that goes on here. All right, guys, you're now on the other side of the camera. I'm filming this Q&A on that camera right there. So this setup behind the scenes is a big bright light there, has a very high quality camera here, and a load of settings on my screen as well. So let me show you this. Hey guys, so you can see me like Inception style in here. What's often quite good is having bright lights sort of just smooths out your face quite a lot. Honestly, I never really knew this until Claire told me, but generally because the settings on this camera are so crisp and clear, there's that big bright light overhead. When it comes back to the DSLR quality that I'm like filming my videos on, as you guys can see right now, I don't know, it just tends to make my skin look quite smooth. I don't really get spots, I don't know. Claire always says my skin's quite good, but I can say hand on heart right now, like if I sort of rub my skin and I don't know, do whatever you normally do to take off makeup, nothing's happening, because it ain't there, all right? I promise you, it's not there. I feel like these comments will continue anyway, but if you do see anyone saying it, you can let them know I don't wear makeup, all right, guys? There you go. There you go. I have given you the truth, okay? Kate asks, what is your top 5 shows of all time? So, top 5 is quite a lot, but I will list one that both Claire and I completely adore, that was on TV recently, I think in America, called Westworld. Utterly amazing. I think it broke HBO's record for the most viewed first season of any show that they've aired. Obviously, HBO also showed Game of Thrones. It's an amazing TV show. But Westworld was just, oh my gosh, unreal. Like, Claire and I were sat on the Reddit, looking at all the theories that were coming through every episode. If you haven't seen it, it's basically about these really rich people that can spend, I think it was like $40,000 or $50,000 a day to go to this fake world, and this one was themed around the Wild West, where robots that were superhuman-like would do whatever you want to do. You could shoot them, you could like go cowboy hunting with them, whatever, in this fantasy world for as much time as you could pay for. It was all about these robots like gaining consciousness and like realizing that actually they were robots. Honestly, it's nuts. Like, one of the best TV shows I've ever seen, ever, and I cannot wait for season 2. But the fact that you mentioned TV shows is very cool, because I actually have my own show called Ali-A Superchargers coming out. I think it's coming out later this year. I'm doing a lot of filming for it this year. I announced it on Twitter recently, but for a lot of you guys still didn't know what it was. Basically, it's like Pimp My Rides, but for family cars, and you guys can get involved as well. I'll try and remember to leave some links down below in the description. But as long as you're within a certain age category, you can like nominate your family to get their car sent in for my show, and we'll like pimp it up, make it awesome. We'll have TVs in the back, and basically just make your car as cool as possible. So look out for that. Should be pretty cool. A book coming this year, my own TV show. That's pretty nuts. Emma asks, what is the one thing you want to do in life? Well, I mean, I don't know. I've been very fortunate to travel a lot, have a lot of great experiences. The one thing I try and keep as constant as possible is happiness is very, very important. Now, obviously, happiness for everyone, sort of like up here, down there, it changes for everyone. Like Bill Gates, for example, one of the most richest people in the world, he will have this neutral sort of like life standard, and if he's happy, you go up a little bit. Maybe if that's him like buying a private jet or something. And then if you've got someone on the streets, it's like maybe giving a £5 note, their happiness go up a little bit. For whatever I'm doing in my life, I try and make sure that I'm slightly raising things gradually, not massively, not in like big lumps, but like gradually. So I'm feeling happy as much as possible all the time. Obviously, having Claire around all the time is great. Having Evie around all the time is great. Having all the cats around is always great. Having friends around is great. But trying to keep those things as great as possible and constantly improve myself. And that's how I try and keep myself happy. Oh no. Oscar, you've called me out as well. When is the football video coming? So just like Megan called me out on the fact I hadn't done a day in the life of a YouTuber's video, Oscar's brought up a very good point. Let me show you something. Mr. Darcy himself is still sat on the bed. Hey, how you doing? But we're not going to be going in the bedroom. We're going to be going into the room next door, which is, oh my gosh, a complete mess. Now, yes, this room is so messy. It's like our sort of storage room. I'm not going to show you it completely, but you can see loads of shoes on the floor here. Let me just pick up these ones right here. So these are meant to be the football boots that I was going to film a football video with. We're talking like, again, like a year ago in the old flat, I bought these shoes. I said I was going to film it with my brother. It never freaking happened. To this day, I still want to do it. Oscar and everyone else that remembers, I will do a football video one day. I promise, okay? I just don't know when. And I want to wear these shoes to be honest with you because they're so freaking awesome, but it will happen. And the final question, guys, from Ethan is, if Eevee was to evolve into any one of evolutions, which would it be? It's a good question. You could go along the sort of like real life route. Like, would you get a Jolteon so it could like power your house forever? That'd be quite cool. But for me, my favorite evolution out of all the new ones as well still sits with Espeon. I think Oliver looks quite like Espeon. But it's a very calm, very sort of like beautiful looking creature that I think would be very soft and cute and nice to have around all the time. So for me, I would make my Eevee as happy as possible, make little Easter very happy, which she is all the time, obviously. And then somehow she would just randomly evolve in the middle of the day, obviously not nighttime, and turn into Espeon. I think that'd be pretty cool. That would be my vote. Which would be your favorite evolution? Let me know down below. But guys, I think that has been a total of about 16 questions or so, which feels like quite a lot. And hopefully you guys feel like some of your questions have been answered right here in this Q&A. Hey, who knew Ali didn't wear makeup? Hey, but honestly, loads of great questions in there. I really, really enjoyed answering them. If you want to see Claire and I do, you're going to say you found an embarrassing moment?
I thought of something, yeah.
Oh my gosh, here's me out showing the video. Claire's got some dirty secrets on me. What is
when we drove past the bus stop, and I said, oh my gosh, like I used to have to get buses to and from school. I hated it, it never came.
No!
And you said, I don't get it. How does the bus know that you come? And I'm like, what do you mean? You said, I don't understand how buses work.
Oh, I've literally been called out so much. I don't think I can remember. I don't think I've ever really taken a bus, like, as an adult by myself. And I don't know what possessed me, but I clearly was just dumb. I mean, this was like a year ago or so. Still makes me 22. But I don't know. I didn't really understand how buses worked. I take trains all the time. Don't get me. I'm all for public transport. I'll take trains. I'll take taxis. I'll drive the R8. But when it comes to buses, I don't know what I'm doing. So that's embarrassing. That is quite embarrassing. Poor Claire had to teach me the way of buses, and even now I don't think I'm too sure. But thank you so much for watching, guys. If you want to see Claire and I do like a couples Q&A when we're back from LA, do let me know. And if there's any other questions, maybe put them down below in the comment section and I'll try and answer them for you guys as well. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. As soon as we're back from LA, you guys will see some LA vlogs from myself and Claire. Thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.